Okay, guys, so we're going to go ahead and get started. This is how we're going to run our flipped classroom. So you're going to watch the video of the lesson, hopefully not too long, and then we'll have a couple activities or, just follow along and you'll keep up. Now, the first thing I need to show you how to do is to find your online textbook. So we've talked about this before. Clever will be where you start every day no matter what. For the first little while, I'm definitely going to be using Kidem. If we have too many frustrations or, it just isn't working the way that I thought it would, we'll jump back and use Microsoft Teams. Most of you used Microsoft Teams last year in English, so we should be okay. If you're not sure how to use it, I'll walk you through the basics, but I'm trying to keep everything in Kidem because that's what the county will be using. So if you're ready, make sure you can hear me. And if you minimize the screen, you can pull up all this other stuff in other tabs. So what I want you to do right now, I want you to open up Clever. Pause me if I move too fast, okay? All you have to do is click pause on the video and you're good to go. Guys, I have favorited everything. I think I've shown you this before, but as you scroll down your things, you're gonna see something called an instant login applications, and those are set by the district. And then you might see some more apps down here by the district. Your textbook is at the very bottom. It's the McGraw-Hill Single Sign-On, SSO. So that's the app you want. It's in red. McGraw-Hill is who makes our book. And guys, I am so thankful for this app because it has made everything so much faster. Now, as you saw, when you hover over them, if you favorited them, that means you click the heart button. If you have favorited them, they come back up to the top. So I highly recommend you favorite Kidem, Zoom, McGraw-Hill, Teams. So these four right here, I'm going to see if I can scooch that over. These four. And then we're going to use Play Pause It here. We've actually already used it, so you're going to want to use that. And then I'm going to add the rest of these as the year goes along. You don't really need that one. That's more for me. But the rest of these we will be using. This Hall Pass class may not show up in yours, but if you click on my page, Welcome to Chemistry, it'll be on there and you can favorite it from there. So that just is like collecting the stuff that you use for my class or for another class. But if you don't want to favorite anything, I've made it as easy as possible. Just click on Welcome to Chemistry. Any app that I'm going to ask you to use, I'm going to make sure is in here so that you don't have to go and type stuff in all the time. I try to link everything, but sometimes I can't do that. Anyway, I have talked enough. Let's get into our actual lesson. So if you will, I need you to open your textbook to chapter 1, which is page 2, or you're going to click on this McGraw-Hill, if you'd rather do it online, and just open it in another tab. So hopefully you guys know you need to be using Google Chrome for everything in school. And if I want this in a separate tab than where I'm looking at Miss Castile right now, I'm going to grab it. I'm going to grab the tab and just kind of pull it away from it. So when I do that, it opens a whole new window. If you look down here, you can see I have 2 pages open, and that will keep it separated. So if you wanted to toggle your screens, make that smaller because you're looking at me and the other screen, you can do that. So you can have 2 screens here simultaneously. If that's not your jam, don't worry about it. Once you get into McGraw-Hill, you're going to click, you won't see the teacher edition, you'll only see student. You're going to click on that textbook. And then this page will always come up. It's called the Student Center. And it always puts you on this page where this girl is working on her homework with the wrong textbook, but it is what it is. So I'll ask you occasionally to go in here to your menu and to go work on your homework, which we'll get to, but you do already have homework. So it'll be under usually due later. And you'll see your homework right here. Obviously this is a fake account, so there's no homework in there. Okay. So once I'm there, go back here, sorry. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. You want to click home, you don't want to click connect ed. Then right here on the right side under Student Center is going to say ebook, okay? Click ebook, and it takes a minute to load because this textbook is really large. So give it a few minutes, and sometimes it takes a minute to flip the page, Totally fine. You can just pause me or pause the video, whatever you need to do. So here's your textbook. I can flip my pages one by one. And I'm just clicking this right arrow over here to the right, and it literally goes through every page. Or you can go down here. Oops, that's not what I want. Go over here to the left, and this is your table of contents. So if you know, okay, I know we're in chapter 1, you're going to click on chapter 1. That takes you to the page I want you to anyway, but you could also click into the sections as we go to follow along or to work on your workbook or your homework or whatever it might be. So this is thousands of times better than it used to be. It used to be 12 clicks to get into the textbook. Now it's like 4. So we have done great things over the past year. All right, I want you back on page 2. So you could just down here type in page 2, and it'll automatically populate it. Now, every time we start a new chapter, this is where we're going to land. We're going to start on the front page because if you were in biology last year, you saw the introduction of what we call phenomenon or phenomena in the plural. Now, when we talk about a phenomenon, when we talk about a phenomenon, we are talking about something that occurs in nature and something that we kind of want to use to delve into the topics we're learning about. So I want you to push pause here in a second when I tell you to, and I need you to look at this picture. I need you to look at what's going on. I need you to read every little thing on this page, okay? What we're doing in this chapter is just introducing chemistry. So I want you to go through that, and if you struggle with some of the words on the page, that's totally fine. You're going to click these little buttons down here. So take 1 second. I'm going to click it.
Chapter 1, Introduction to Chemistry, Big Idea. Chemistry is a science that is central to our lives. Sections. 1. A story of 2 substances. 2. Chemistry in matter. 3. Scientific methods. 4. Scientific research. Launch lab. Where did the mass go? When an object burns, the mass of what remains is less than the original object. What happens to the mass of the object? Foldables, study organizer, scientific methods. Make a concept map book. Label the tabs as follows: observation, hypothesis, experiments, and conclusions. Use it to summarize what you learn about scientific methods.
So that read you everything on this left side. If I click this one on the right side, it's going to read every bit of text on the right, starting from the top down. That might be really helpful if you are trying to grasp something and you do better learning with your auditory skills. So if you're a better listener than maybe a reader, that might be the way to go. So here, I've asked you to already. I want you to push pause, and I want you to go over this page. What does this mean to you? And I especially need you to focus on this bubble down here. So push pause now and read through. Okay, hopefully you're back. Anytime I ask you to push pause, you got to push play again whenever you're ready to go. Now, when we're going to sit here and we're looking at a burning log, frozen water or ice or snow, or we're looking at a rusting nail, it says many of the processes that occur around you, such as the freezing of water, the burning of a log, and the rusting of a nail, are examples of chemistry in action. So let's look at it. How does all of this tie into chemistry? And that's what we're going to find out throughout this first section. All right, so everybody's going to flip the page. This will take us to section 1. And here's where I'm going to leave. So I want you to keep your book open, or I want you to keep these pages open, and I'm going to hit the high points, okay? So I highly suggest anytime we're about to do a new section or you see that it's coming up, you need to jot down the title. So this is chapter 1, section 1. What I always write that as, I always write that as 1.1. So the chapter first, the section next, and when I write my notes, it's going to look like this. maybe kind of, sort of. So it's going to look like 1.1, and then I'll write the rest of the text. Now, whenever you're writing, make sure you keep it as clean as you, oh, that's so much better. 1.1, a story of two substances. And then you might want to get down the main idea as we go. Anything that's highlighted in my PowerPoint you want, that's a really big deal. And follow these headings. So the first heading is going to be why study chemistry. Then we're going to talk for a few minutes, and then we're going to skip over to the ozone layer. That's your next heading. And then we're going to move on from there. These little subheadings still fall under it, but it's important to know how a textbook is laid out because the ideas are there for you. So always use that. As we keep going, you'll see, oh, I need to clear that. You'll see the figures that we're going to go over. You'll see these little inserts about careers in chemistry. Guys, not everybody does the same job in chemistry. We're going to talk about chlorofluorocarbons, kind of fun. And then we're at the end of the section. This section review is always extremely important. You're going to have a lot of questions that come directly from these reviews, so always look at those for a few seconds, okay? Let me show you a couple other things here. You can take notes within your e-text, and if you want to add it over here on the left, you click left page, and I'm going to put pay close attention to the section reviews. That's basically like me putting a little post-it on my paper. See, it adds it right there. If I need to bookmark a page, I'm going to stick a bookmark right here, and you're going to click add. I really don't want to do that, so I'm not going to do that. If you want to annotate on your own book, or if you want to underline, circle, or box something, you simply click that, and then you're going to, tell it what to underline or highlight. Looks like we're highlighting in different colors. So that this is all going to be your version of your textbook. Let's see, if I want a pen, I click that and I can just write over here to the side. If you're on an iPad, that's real helpful, but on a laptop, it's probably harmful. Hello. I don't know why you would do that, but maybe it's fun, okay? So once we get started here, you'll see that you can do any of this stuff. You can go back. You can highlight the whole word if you want. So these are just really cool tools for using your textbook. Now, when you've got a glossary in your index, over here, let's see what these buttons do. Oh, well, we're going to fit the width of the page, or we're going to fit the height of the page. That's completely up to you. And then we can zoom in if we need to. Zoom all the way in. I really can't read that section. That's what you're going to do on that side. Didn't want to do that, so we're going to go back. Okay, so if you have any questions about this, just let me know, okay? I am happy to help you figure out how to use your online textbook at any point. Just make sure you let me know. One more little bit. So if you click on this pen, I was like, how am I going to get rid of this on my book? Because I'm about to record the lesson for you. If you click on the pen and you've made like a massive mess, right? You can either erase. So it's going to erase bit by bit, or you can click clear all. Yes, I want all my pen removed. And I'm imagining we can do the same with the highlighting. Maybe, maybe not. But if you highlight things, it will remember them for you. So you're saying that those words are important. I think that's about it in the tools that we can use in our textbook. Let's see. Oh, so here I can go and see what you put in your textbook. Be very careful. All right, so we're done. And that's it for using textbook tools.